Hello everyone, welcome to video lecture series of Communication Engineering. Today's topic is Narrowband FM. In this video, I am going to discuss how the bandwidth of frequency modulated signal depends upon the frequency deviation and the generation of narrowband FM also. Let us begin. Just to revise you, what is frequency modulation? You can define the frequency modulation as a modulation where the frequency of carrier is varied according to the instantaneous value of modulating signal or the baseband signal. Means here frequency is varying while the amplitude is kept constant. And the general expression for frequency modulated wave, this we have already derived in the previous video, where omega c is the carrier frequency, kf is the frequency sensitivity. So in this particular manner, you can write down the general expression of frequency modulated wave. There is one more important term which I have already discussed, that is the frequency deviation. Frequency deviation is denoted by delta omega, and this can be calculated as what? Kf into x of t, its maximum value, right? So the maximum value where kf is the frequency sensitivity, this is a constant, it means the maximum value of xt that defines the frequency deviation. And depending upon the frequency sensitivity, which we are saying kf is the frequency sensitivity, the frequency modulation can be divided into two categories. First is narrowband FM, when the value of kf, this particular value is small. Since the value of kf is small, it means the bandwidth is narrow and the type of frequency modulation is known as a narrowband FM. Write the first case. The second case, when the value of kf is large, it means the bandwidth of frequency modulation, this is wide, and the type of frequency modulation is known as a wideband frequency modulation. So you must remember there are two types of frequency modulation. One is narrowband and the other is wideband, and this categorization is being done depending upon the value of the frequency sensitivity. To understand in detail about the narrowband frequency modulation, as we have already discussed that depending upon the frequency sensitivity, we can define the type of frequency modulation, and a narrowband frequency modulation is the frequency modulation which is having a small bandwidth. Narrowband means a small bandwidth. Modulation index of narrowband FM, this is also small in comparison to the wideband. Obviously we have discussed, and the value of this modulation index, this is small in comparison to the 1 radian. So you must remember that the bandwidth of FM signal depends upon frequency deviation. If frequency deviation is less, bandwidth will be small, and in case of narrowband FM, you must remember the value of kf must also be small. It means now the bandwidth is narrow and the type of frequency modulation is known as a narrowband frequency modulation. Where this narrowband FM is used, there are multiple applications of narrowband FM, but some of the major applications are in police wireless, ambulance, taxi cab. So these are the major applications where narrowband FM are going to be used. Now let us discuss in more detail and to derive the general expression for narrowband frequency modulation. To start with, we have already discussed the general expression for frequency modulated wave is what? St, which is equal to a cos omega ct plus kf integral 0 to t xt into dt. So this is how we can write down the equation of frequency modulated wave. But we must remember that how to write down the general expression of frequency modulated wave in phasor form, because that is going to be helpful in further mathematical analysis. So the general expression of frequency modulated wave in phasor form, it can be written as what? C of FM, that is equal to A times e raised to the power j omega ct plus kf integral of xt into dt. Here integral of xt into dt, it can be written as what? Yt, just to simplify it. So let us assume integral of xt into dt, it is being written as yt. So equation number 1 can be written into this particular form, where we have replaced the term of integral xt into dt as a yt. So now the phasor form is what? A times e raised to the power j omega ct plus kf times yt. Right? This is for a, because we are doing the analysis for a narrowband FM, and for narrowband FM we must remember that this product term kf into yt, this particular value will be less than 1, very less than 1 for all possible values of t. Since this particular value is less than 1, so we are going to utilize this property later. But now let us write this equation number 2, just expanding both the terms. So the FM phasor expression will be what? From this equation number 2 we have written C is A times e raised to the power j omega c t into e raised to the power j kf into yt. Just we have expanded the term over here from the equation number 2. By utilizing this particular property, the value of kf into yt, this is very less than 1. So what we can write down, e raised to the power j kf into yt, this is what? This is almost equal to 1 plus j times kf into yt. We can write it into this particular form. Now utilizing this property and substituting the value of e raised to the power j kf into yt means the second term. So now substituting this particular value in equation number 3, we will get a 1 plus j kf into yt into e raised to the power j omega c t. So this is how we can write down this particular equation. So let us say this is equation number 4. But now what is our interest? We know that frequency modulated signal, it is the real part of its phasor representation. Means real part of this equation number 4, that is of our interest. That is what the requirement is. Means frequency modulated signal, that is the real part of this equation number 4. So if you write down the real part of this equation number 4, we will be able to get the equation of narrow band frequency modulated wave. So what we are getting? ST, which we have written for the equation for frequency modulated wave, that is equal to A cos omega ct minus A kf into yt sin omega ct. Just we have taken the real part and ignored the imaginary part. So this is the equation number 6, which is the expression for the narrow band frequency modulation wave. Similarly, we can derive the expression for narrow band phase modulated wave. You can try what you are going to get it over here. ST PM, PM denotes the phase modulation, that is equal to A times cos omega ct minus A times Kp, which is the phase sensitivity, xt sin omega ct. So this is the equation number 7, let us say, and this is the equation of the narrowband phase modulation. And the equation number 6 is what our requirement was, that was the equation for the frequency modulated wave. And in place of yt, you can substitute integral of xt dt also. Now let us discuss about the generation of narrowband frequency modulation. How a narrowband is being generated. To understand it, let us draw a diagram. First, you must write down the general expression for narrowband frequency modulated wave, which we have got in the derivation itself. Let us say this is equation number 1. So from this particular equation, you will get an idea how to generate narrowband frequency modulated wave. If you observe this equation, which is the equation number 1, you will be able to understand that the sideband terms will be generated by using a balance modulator. You can see in the case of the diagram, same as we have discussed in the case of the double sideband suppressed carrier system. And then the carrier is added to the sideband. You can see here summer is being used where the sideband and carriers are being added, and depending upon the equations and what the terms you are getting, you will be able to generate narrowband frequency modulated wave. In the similar manner, you can draw the block diagram for the generation of the narrowband phase modulation. You can see over here in this particular diagram, xt is the original modulating signal or the baseband signal. First it is to be integrated, then you are getting yt. So what is yt? Yt is nothing but the integral of xt. Here in the balance modulator, two inputs are there. One is the yt and the second input you can see that is the output of 90-degree phase shifter. Input of this 90-degree phase shifter is the carrier generator, carrier wave, carrier signal, which is a cos omega ct. When it is 90-degree phase shifted, then what you are getting? Minus a times sine omega ct. So what the balance modulator is doing? Giving the product of these two. So what you are getting? Minus a into yt sine omega ct, and the term of the frequency sensitivity kf, that is also being included over here. You can add one more diagram which will multiply the output of balance modulator with kf, and accordingly you'll be getting this particular signal. So here at the summer you can see you are getting one input as the output of balance modulator and second term from the carrier generator. So at the output what you are getting? St is the sum of 4 and 5. So at the output you are getting a cos omega ct minus a times kf into yt sine omega ct. So I hope now from this particular expression you will be able to draw the diagram, or from with the help of the diagram you will be able to write down the equation. So deriving further the expression for single tone narrow band frequency modulated signal, as here we know what is yt. Yt is the integral of xt into dt. xt is any modulating signal, and carrier signal is denoted as what? A times cos omega ct. So for a single tone narrow band FM, first we have to take the modulating signal equation. Then modulating signal equation means xt. Then we have to integrate it and we have to proceed further. So let us say the equation of modulating signal is written as Vm cos omega mt, and xt is the modulating signal. So xt is equal to Vm cos omega mt, and where omega m is the modulating frequency. So this is what we have got over here. So now let us calculate y. How to calculate y? We need to integrate it. So y will be what? Integral of xt into dt. If you integrate it, what you are going to get? Integral of Vm cos omega mt into dt integrated. So we'll be getting yt, which is equal to Vm sin omega mt upon omega m. This is what we are getting, the yt. Now we have to substitute this value of yt in equation number 1. Substitute it. St, which is for the equation of the frequency modulated wave, this is what? A times cos omega ct minus a times kf. Here the term was yt. So just substituting the value of yt, what we are getting? Vm upon omega m sin omega mt into sin omega ct. Just we are writing in this particular manner, and here you can observe the term which is kf into Vm upon omega m. Observe this particular term. What is this? This is nothing but the modulation index of the FM wave. So we can replace this term by mf, which is the modulation index. So what we are getting now, this particular equation, which is the equation number 1, just substituting the value of the modulation index in place of kf into Vm upon omega m. So equation number 4 can be rewritten as A cos omega ct minus A times mf sin omega ct into sin omega mt. This is what the required expression for single tone narrowband FM. In the similar manner, you can derive the equation for the single tone narrowband PM, phase modulation wave. Now let us discuss the comparison between the narrowband FM and wideband FM. There are various parameters upon which the comparison can be made, but here I am going to list out some of the important parameters, which are modulation index. Modulation index of narrowband FM, it is less than 1, while for wideband it is greater than 1. Maximum deviation is 5 kHz for narrowband, while it is 75 kHz for wideband. Modulating frequency ranges for narrowband FM 20 Hz to 3 kHz, and for wideband it is from 20 Hz to 15 kHz. What is the value of the modulation index? In case of narrowband FM, it is slightly greater than 1, but for wideband it varies from 5 to 2500. Bandwidth of narrowband FM, that is the same as the bandwidth of the amplitude modulated wave, which is equal to twice of FM. But the bandwidth of wideband FM, that is being calculated by the Carlson's rule, and that will gives us the value about 15 times greater than narrowband FM, and the formula which is going to be helpful while calculating the bandwidth, that is 2 times delta omega plus omega m. And the applications of narrowband FM are like in the case of the police wireless, ambulance, ships, etc., while widebands are used for the entertainment broadcasting. So these are these various parameters upon which the comparison can be made in between the narrowband FM and wideband FM. Thank you so much for watching this video.